Hello everyone, and welcome to my YNR Update 24 channel. I hope you're having a great day. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up before we dive into today's Young and the Restless update. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Friday, October 24th, reveal that Kyle Abbott will interrogate Sienna Bacall while Sally Spectra makes a bold move for Audra Charles. In Los Angeles, Kyle will decide to stick around a bit longer and put Sienna through a grilling session. Since Sienna knows Holden Novak and has a new connection to Noah Newman too, Kyle will have plenty of questions for her. Of course, Kyle will be most interested in whatever damaging info Sienna can offer about Holden. Sienna may quickly realize Kyle wants to make Holden look bad, so he can have a better chance of winning back Claire Newman. However, Kyle may argue that he just wants to protect Claire instead. We'll see Kyle work to get to the bottom of this whole shady situation, but Sienna may not be as forthcoming as he might have hoped. Back in Genoa City, Phyllis Summers and Kane Ashby will reach an agreement. Despite any lingering suspicions Kane might have about Phyllis stealing his AI program, they should move forward with their alliance. There's been some tension due to Kane's accusations, but YNR spoilers say Phyllis has a fresh love interest headed her way. That could mean Phyllis and Kane are about to take their partnership to a sizzling new level. If that's the case, things are sure to get complicated since Phyllis really did steal the program. Kane's revenge may be brewing down the road once he gets proof that Phyllis lied right to his face. On another note, Sally will make a bold move with the goal of helping Audra. That may involve convincing Jill Abbott and maybe even Billy Abbott to keep Audra on board at Abbott Communications. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Sally will prove she's a good friend by stepping up, so stay tuned for updates on Audra's latest career news. The Young and the Restless spoilers document that Mariah Copeland's distraught state appears to be deepening. However, viewers know that one of this soap opera's greatest villains likely isn't dead and could be torturing her again. Want more of The Young and the Restless? Get updates on the latest news about The Young and the Restless, straight to your inbox. Website your email. Subscribe. We use your personal data for interest-based advertising, as outlined in our privacy notice. Ian Ward was last seen at the Newman Ranch. A grand send-off was offered to the assumed deceased rogue, with various connected characters offering a parting shot to him before his carcass was carted out. It felt like the end of Wise's tremendous run on YNR. But a scene followed that fans of daytime had to cheer. Ian, lying in the back of an ambulance, being transported to the coroner, suddenly breathed. He awakened, and with that, the legend of Wise's character lived, clearly implying that Ian would return someday. Is Ian Ward in Boston, Massachusetts? Viewers thought it was unusual that Mariah would check herself into a facility in Boston, Massachusetts. It was understandable that she didn't want to go to Fairview, which is the mental health facility her mother, Sharon Newman, and others have used. Mariah is feeling intensely guilty and didn't want to allow her loved ones to have easy access. So, she chose a location on the East Coast. Fair enough. Fans haven't seen Ian since his most recent miraculous survival. So, they can't be certain that natural assumption is true. Yet, it's reasonable to believe he would still be and used his devious mind to track down Mariah. Was Mariah Copeland targeted months ago? Mariah was said to have taken a business trip for Cassidy first. She returned a starkly different person, with viewers only being given scant information about what happened as the months passed. Eventually, Mariah acknowledged what happened. Yet, her memories were clouded by alcohol. Fans are right to wonder if her drinks were spiked and if the older man in her flashbacks, Will Hensley, was part of a setup. Ian has worked with or used many people through the years. Jordan Howard was the last and arguably the most notorious. So, Will could have set Mariah up as part of Ian's latest revenge schemes against her. Will the mystery be resolved this fall? Mariah won't be in Boston forever. Something will shift, causing her, the audience, or both to make a breakthrough. It feels unlikely that Mariah was attracted to an older man she didn't know earlier this year. Whether she actually tried to kill him or was reacting in self-defense is yet to be determined. Of course, the entire sequence of flashback events is filled with memory gaps. Those must be filled in before she and the fans will know the truth and whether the infamous Ian, as played by the stupendous Wise, is involved. This site is a leading source for everything linked to The Young and the Restless. Check back regularly for YNR spoilers and news. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Wednesday, October 22nd, suggest some major moments ahead in Genoa City. Two parents worry over their child, while a character returns and someone makes a tough decision. What's on the horizon for Wednesday's show? Time to find out. Chick worries. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Wednesday, October 22nd, indicate that Sharon Newman and Nick Newman will worry about Noah Newman's condition. Considering their son is bandaged from head to toe and in a coma, there's reason for them to be concerned. Plus, they've already buried a child due to a car crash, so their anxiety is also understandable. With that said, the good news is that Noah will likely be okay, but will this situation bring the two closer to a reunion? Ian Ward returns in an interesting plot twist. Ian Ward will return to the canvas for Wednesday's show. It looks like he's a hallucination, as he popped up on the Tuesday, October 21st episode near the close. Mariah Copeland was in her room at the Boston facility when Ian appeared out of nowhere, so it sounds like her dialogue with the former cult leader may provide fans with some more insight into her night with Will Hensley and why she tried to kill the man. Read this, The Young and the Restless spoilers. Sharon and Sienna's rivalry kicks off. 3 reasons why characters become enemies. Daniel Romalotti's tough decision finally. The Young and the Restless spoilers for October 22nd hint that Daniel Romalotti will have a tough decision in front of him. Last fans saw him, he was smooching it up with Tessa Porter at the GCAC as the October 21st show came to a close. Daniel will probably stop kissing his BFF during Wednesday's episode, even though he might be prompted to do more and want to do more. Still, at the end of the day, Tessa is not only still married to Mariah, but she also still has feelings for her. Daniel cares for Tessa, but crossing a line would be wrong and destroy their friendship, a risk Daniel is not willing to take. What storyline are you most looking forward to during Wednesday's show? Comment below. Tune into the CBS Soap Daily and check out us often for the best Young and the Restless updates, spoilers, and news. An uneasy calm in Genoa City. Genoa City wakes to a brisk autumn morning, the kind that hints something is brewing beneath the surface. The air feels still, too still, as though the town itself knows that change is coming. Inside crimson lights, Sharon Newman wipes down the counter for the 3rd time in 10 minutes, lost in thought. The gentle hum of the espresso machine does little to quiet her restless mind. It's been weeks since Noah last checked in, and her mother's instincts are screaming that something isn't right. When the bell over the door jingles, she looks up, and her heart gives a small leap. It's Nick. Carrying 2 coffees, he walks in wearing that look she knows too well, the "I've got news and you're not going to like it" look. Parents' worry deepens. "Hey," he says gently, handing her a cup. "You look like you haven't slept." "I could say the same about you," Sharon replies, her eyes narrowing. "Tell me you've heard from Noah." Nick hesitates. The pause tells her everything. He sent a message. Just said he's fine and needs some space. That's it. Sharon's heart sinks. That's not fine. Space from what? From us? From his life. Nick takes a deep breath. He's been quiet since that photo exhibition in London fell apart. He's probably regrouping. Sharon shakes her head. He sounded so hopeful about that project. And then suddenly, silence? No, Nick, this feels different. He sighs, setting his coffee down. I know. I've been thinking the same thing. Maybe we should go find him. Her eyes widen. Fly all the way there? Nick meets her gaze, firm but gentle. He's our son. If he's in trouble, we need to be there. For a long moment, Sharon says nothing. The thought of seeing Noah again fills her with both relief and dread. Something in her gut tells her that this trip will open doors neither of them are ready to walk through. The past comes knocking. Before Sharon can answer, the door swings open, and the last person she expected to see walks in. Avery Bailey Clark. For a second, time stands still. Sharon's breath catches. Avery. Nick blinks, caught off guard. Wow, talk about a blast from the past. Avery gives a faint, nervous smile. Hello, you two. I hope I'm not interrupting. Nick shakes his head, still processing. It's been years. What brings you back to Genoa City? She hesitates. Work partly, but also something personal. Her eyes flick toward Sharon, then back to Nick. I wouldn't be here if it weren't important. Sharon's instincts flare. Avery doesn't return to town without a reason, and judging by her tone, It's not a social call. An unexpected revelation. They sit at a table, tension simmering beneath polite smiles. Avery folds her hands. I came back because I've been in touch with Noah. Sharon's eyes widen. What? When? About a week ago. He reached out to me, said he needed legal advice, but he wouldn't tell me much. Just that he'd seen something he shouldn't have. Nick stiffens. What kind of something? Avery lowers her voice. He didn't say. Only that it involved someone powerful, someone connected to the Newman orbit. A cold chill runs down Sharon's spine. Oh my God, not again. Nick mutters under his breath. He's got the Newman curse. Trouble just finds us. Sharon turns to Avery. Did he say where he was? She nods. Barcelona. Working on a photography assignment. But he sounded scared. Nick pushes back his chair. Then that settles it. We're going. The journey and the truth. 2 days later, Sharon and Nick arrive in Barcelona, following a paper trail of messages, photos, and hotel records. Every step feels like chasing a shadow. When they finally track Noah down, he looks exhausted, pale, thinner, eyes haunted. Mom. Dad. His voice cracks slightly. I didn't want you to come. Sharon rushes forward, hugging him tightly. You scared us half to death. Nick crosses his arms. You told Avery you saw something dangerous. What was it? Noah glances around, lowering his voice. It's not just something I saw, it's something I photographed. A man. Someone tied to Newman Enterprises, making a deal that wasn't exactly legal. Nick's expression hardens. Who? Noah hesitates, guilt flickering across his face. It's Victor's associate. The one who handles overseas accounts. He's laundering money through an art foundation. Sharon's eyes widen in horror. And you took photos of it? He nods. I didn't realize what it was until later. Now someone's been following me. Nick mutters a curse under his breath. You should have come to me right away. I didn't want to drag you into this, Noah says. You've both been through enough. A return that changes everything. Before they can respond, a voice from behind interrupts, smooth, cold, unmistakable. Well, I should have known the Newmans would come sniffing around. They turn, and Sharon's blood runs cold. Ian Ward. Older, sharper, but every bit as sinister as before. Sharon takes a step back, her pulse pounding. I thought you were in prison. Ian smirks. Oh, Sharon, you should know by now. I'm not so easy to get rid of. Nick's jaw tightens. What do you want? Relax, Ian says casually. I'm just here on business. Though it seems our paths have crossed again. How poetic. Noah's face pales. You're the one behind this, aren't you? The Art Foundation, it's yours. Ian chuckles softly. Smart boy. Too bad you pointed your camera in the wrong direction. Nick steps forward. You stay the hell away from my son. Ian raises his hands, mock innocent. Now. No need for hostility. I didn't come here to fight, just to offer a deal. The tough decision. Later that night, in their hotel room, Sharon and Nick argue quietly while Noah listens in silence. He's bluffing, Nick insists. We go to the authorities. End of story. Sharon shakes her head. Nick, if Ian's involved, it's not that simple. He always has leverage. He'll find a way to twist this. He already has. Nick snaps. He's using our son to cover his crimes. Noah finally speaks up. He said if I turn over the photos, he'll leave me alone. But if I don't, he trails off, unable to finish. Sharon looks at him stricken. Noah, you can't trust him. He'll never stop. Nick paces, running a hand through his hair. We're not giving him anything. We're taking him down. But Sharon's voice trembles. And what if doing that puts Noah in danger? What if Ian retaliates? Nick stops, looking at her, really looking. So what are you saying? We hand over the evidence and let him walk free. Tears pool in Sharon's eyes. I'm saying maybe protecting our son matters more than justice right now. The room goes still. For the first time in years, Nick and Sharon find themselves on opposite sides, both driven by love, both terrified of losing their child. Noah's choice. Hours pass. Noah sits alone by the window, city lights flickering outside. His parents' voices echo faintly from the other room. He knows they're both right and both wrong. He reaches into his bag, pulling out a small drive containing the incriminating photos. He stares at it, the weight of the decision pressing down on him. His whole life, his parents have fought to protect him, from the world, from their own mistakes. Maybe this time, it's his turn to protect them. When morning comes, Sharon and Nick find his note on the table. I'm going to finish this my way. Please don't follow me. I love you both. The confrontation. By the time they track him down, Noah is already face-to-face with Ian Ward at an abandoned warehouse by the docks. Ian smirks as Noah steps forward, holding the drive. Young Newman. I knew you'd see reason. Noah glares at him. You think I'm giving this to you? You underestimate me. He tosses the drive, but not to Ian. It lands on the ground, shattering. Ian's expression darkens. You just made a mistake. Before he can move, police sirens wail in the distance. Nick appears with officers behind him, having traced Noah's phone. It's over, Ian. Ian's eyes narrow. You'll regret this, Newman. All of you will. As officers move in, Sharon rushes to Noah, wrapping her arms around him. You scared me half to death. He whispers, trembling slightly. I couldn't let him win. Nick places a reassuring hand on his son's shoulder. You didn't. We did this together. Aftermath and reflection. Back in Genoa City, life slowly returns to normal, or as normal as it ever gets. Ian Ward is in custody again, facing international charges. But the scars he left linger. At Crimson Lights, Sharon sits quietly as Nick approaches with 2 coffees. How's Noah? He asks. Better, she says. Still processing everything. But I think he's finally at peace. Nick nods. You know, you were right. Sometimes protecting family means making impossible choices. Sharon smiles faintly. And sometimes, those choices make us stronger. He studies her for a moment. We make a pretty good team, don't we? She chuckles softly. When we're not arguing, yes. They share a quiet laugh. The sound of 2 people who've been through too much to pretend things are simple, but who still believe in hope. The door left open. As the cafe begins to close, Sharon glances toward the window. The sky outside is streaked with gold and violet, a promise of calm after the storm. Nick finishes his coffee, rising to leave. I should check on Faith before she gets home from her study group. Sharon nods. Give her my love. He smiles. Always. But just as he reaches the door, her phone buzzes, a message from an unknown number. She reads it once, then again, her heart pounding. This isn't over. IW. Her hands tremble as she looks up, but Nick is already gone. The cafe feels suddenly colder, the light dimmer. Sharon takes a deep breath, whispering to herself, whatever's coming. I won't let it tear us apart again. The camera of fate pans out. Genoa City glittering in the night, secrets simmering just beneath its shining surface. Because in this town, peace never lasts long. And for Sharon, Nick, and their son, the hardest decisions are still yet to come.